Tonight on the South Today, a natural slip near Banks Peninsula forces a state highway to close, causing traffic delays. Dunedin school children are getting into the community spirit, buying essential supplies for new arrivals. And a long-running Otago business continues to expand after outgrowing its space and reaching a major milestone. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Hannah Wilkins. Traffic was delayed in Canterbury and Otago earlier today after two separate incidents. The first was caused by Mother Nature. The main road between Christchurch and Akaroa had to be closed after a large slip blocked part of the arterial route early this morning.
A hillside battered by heavy overnight rain. Some Banks Peninsula motorists encountered long delays on Wednesday morning after a large landslide closed both lanes of State Highway 75. Fire and Emergency New Zealand were alerted to a slow-moving slip on Christchurch Akaroa Road between Burling's Flat and Little River, shortly after 7 this morning. Police and fire crews from Lincoln and Little River assessed the scene and considered the road to be dangerous enough to close the busy arterial road, while contractors cleared the debris. By mid-morning, one lane was able to be reopened to traffic, with a temporary speed reduction and stop-go management put in place. Niue has reported heavier than average rainfall for the area recently. Waka Kotahi confirmed both lanes were reopened to traffic early afternoon. In Banks Peninsula, the South Today.
Meanwhile, diversions were in place around the state highway leading to Queenstown this morning, following a serious crash near the Lower Shotover Road roundabout.
One person has died after a serious crash along State Highway 6 near Lake Hayes. The incident was reported to emergency services around 9:30 this morning, after a Hilux ute towing a boat veered off the road, travelling across the oncoming lane. It's thought the driver of the vehicle suffered a medical incident just before the crash, close to the Stalker Road Lower Shotover Road roundabout. The state highway was closed to northbound traffic, with vehicles diverted via Arthur's Point for several hours. The serious crash unit has completed its investigation, allowing the road to now be reopened. In Queenstown, the South Today.
And back here in Dunedin, police are concerned at the reckless behaviour of an opportunistic thief. The person broke into a car in Stafford Street, releasing the handbrake and sending it hurtling down the hill into the office of National MP Michael Woodhouse. Police say the red Honda Domani has been towed for fingerprinting, while nearby businesses are being contacted for their CCTV footage, along with intersection cameras. Pupils from Roxburgh Area School are taking what they've learnt in the classroom into a real-world situation, helping refugees in need. The school children have been fundraising this year to buy essential supplies, which they've now donated in Dunedin.
From reading stories of inspiration to hearing them in person, these pupils are taking their learnings outside the classroom after hearing stories from refugees. The Year 7 and 8 class from Roxburgh Area School were reading a book that linked to current refugee issues and decided they wanted to do their bit to help. The pupils started fundraising to buy duvets and other essential items for refugee families, donating that collection to the Red Cross Refugee Centre in Dunedin on Monday.
And they suggested that actually buying some warm duvets and pillows would be really useful. So brought that back to the classroom and they were immediately hooked on that idea. And so we started our fundraising. The class raised around $2,000 through various fundraisers, which allowed them to donate 18 duvets, some footballs, pillows and duvet covers.
And the generosity of all these small young heroes, and that they put so much effort and all their heart and soul for fundraising for us and helping new families.
Teacher Sarah Moore felt their curriculum requirement needed a do aspect to give the children a better understanding of the impact their help can have.
Well, it made us feel really proud since we've been learning about refugees and know what they've been through. It made us feel like we've done a real big job and we've helped.
Red Cross staff say the items are essential first night resources for refugee families, which will help them in welcoming people to their new homes with open arms. In Dunedin, the South Today.
A decades-old surf life-saving canoe has been restored to its former glory and finally returned to its original St Clair home.
This historic fiberglass surf rescue canoe has been lovingly restored and is now on display at the St Clair Surf Lifesaving Club in Dunedin. Duke 2 is more than 70 years old. It was originally built by legendary St Clair surf lifeguard Duke Gillies. The boat was the first of many fiberglass canoes to be built and used by New Zealand surf lifeguards, with its remnants recently found under a hedge in Port Chalmers. Club Life member Graham Newton initiated the restoration of Duke 2 5 years ago. The boat could be the only original canoe left from the early days.
Oh, in today's purposes, it's a bit of a slug. It's pretty heavy, yeah, but you could take some amazing waves in them, yeah.
He says Duke 2 is too historically important to take out in the surf again, but is happy to have been able to preserve and display this piece of local history. In Dunedin, the South Today.
As a new wind farm project continues to go up in Wyndham, students from Menzies College got to hear firsthand from workers about the process of installing wind turbines.
A giant wind turbine blade, as large as the potential future for these young students from Menzies College. Vestas Wind Turbine is one of the companies working with Mercury Energy on a project to build a wind farm at Kaiwera Downs near Mataura. Workers encouraged pupils to consider opportunities available in the wind industry, inspiring the younger generation to make a positive change.
We're trying to provide a cleaner, greener world and environment for everyone.
Kernahan says the wind power industry is continuing to grow internationally.
All of us have been all over the world with our job, different cultures, meeting different people. There's huge amounts of possibilities out there.
The students were impressed with the sheer size of the 73-metre wind turbine blade and the growing job opportunities. Stage 1 of the Kaiwera Downs wind farm will have capacity for 43 megawatts, enough to power over 20,000 homes. In Gore, the South Today.
A company that started in Lawrence making business cards has now outgrown its shell, building a new warehouse to accommodate its growth. Tuapeka Print moved to Dunedin a decade ago with one goal in mind and is now celebrating having ticked it off.
A newly built warehouse full of stock as Tuapeka Gold Print continues to grow. The company started out small, making business cards in Lawrence, expanding into printing pens, drink bottles and other branded goods for other companies. As they made a name for themselves and their customer base grew, company bosses decided to make the move to Dunedin to continue their upward track.
That ultimately outgrew Lawrence and we moved to Dunedin in 2014, and from there we've skyrocketed over the last 9 years.
Since the move in 2014, Tuapeka has expanded its business to include Australia, with the company now producing 5 times more products than when they first made the move. Staff set themselves an ambitious goal to become a $100 million company, and after 35 years in business, they've achieved just that.
Big, hairy, audacious goal, we called it back then, which was back in 2016. And pretty proud of that achievement, and now it's just building on that success and realising more potential that we have in the market.
To help accommodate that growth, Tuapeka recently built an 8,000 square metre warehouse housing over 11,000 pallets of stock. The new site's just down the road from the company's Fairfield factory on nearly 9 hectares of land, where it's hoped another factory will also be built in the future. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Yakane, still to come on the South Today. Bragging rights are on the line as Christchurch and Otago boys' high schools go head-to-head on the sports fields. And Dunedin educators celebrate an environmental milestone, 21 years in the making.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Drive away your way with 3 incredible offers on the Honda CR-V Adventure Ready range. Choose from 2.9% finance with 0 deposit, Third finance, or lease a new CRV from just $136 per week. These offers are only available for a limited time, so be in quick. From Honda.
Aero, used by Australia's top bowlers with their unique Z-scoop grip that redefines the game. Machined with robotics for unparalleled accuracy, Aero, same line, every time.
Here at Age Concern Otago, we offer a range of services to support Otago seniors to age well with dignity and independence. We provide social work support, visiting service, health promotion and social activities. Check out what we have on offer at ageconcernotago.com.
My mate John's shortest sale is now a bit longer. He's extended it till Sunday. There's up to 50% off clearance items and you can pay it off over 24 months interest-free.
My mate John.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. Students from Otago Boys and Christchurch Boys High Schools went head-to-head yesterday in an inter-school tournament, with one taking out a clean sweep in rugby. It was a clash of the titans as two of the top sporting schools faced off against each other in Dunedin across a range of sports, but all eyes were on the rugby, where a sea of blue and white cheered on the home side for the first 15 match. Christchurch Boys managed to get the best of Otago rugby giants, dominating with a 28-5 point win. Christchurch players also won the second 15 and under 15 rugby games, claiming the inter-school event overall by 4 games to 2. Dunedin schools joined forces this week to celebrate a range of environmental achievements, helping make a positive impact on their surroundings. The Enviro Schools Otago program was launched 21 years ago, with schools being encouraged to take action to protect and preserve nature.
Age is no barrier for these young eco-warriors when it comes to making a difference. Pupils from around 15 schools came together at the Edgar Centre this week to celebrate the 21st birthday of Enviro Schools in Otago. The event showcased a range of projects from across the schools, along with some delicious food and activities for the pupils to enjoy.
It's just an opportunity for us all just to celebrate the wonderful work that the schools do, the teachers do, and particularly the students are doing, and their passion for Te Taio, for the environment.
She believes the program encourages the younger generation to become more involved in protecting nature.
It's a really good way to empower the students to keep on making those changes and to keep thinking about how can we work to make our communities more resilient and more sustainable.
Enviro Schools will continue encouraging pupils to do more work for the environment, with those running the program hoping to mould them into responsible caretakers of the planet. In Dunedin, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Fire crews were called to a moving slip this morning, which closed the state highway between Christchurch and Akaroa. A group of Roxburgh pupils have been fundraising to buy essential supplies which they've donated to refugee families. And Otago company Tuapeka Gold Print celebrates reaching a $100 million turnover target as it opens a new warehouse in Fairfield. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, and we welcome back the new Associate Editor, Paul McIntyre. Sorry, Editor.
That's all right, Hannah.
It's great to have you back in here with your feet under the desk. What can we expect in tomorrow's paper?
Oh, great paper tomorrow. Dunedin singer and songwriter Tamiru Spicer said it was unbelievable that his song was sung around the world by children as part of International Sing Day.
Lovely.
We've got a disgraced healer, Sonny Chin, was in court. He got 3 years and his victims got the chance to read out their impact statements.
Right, okay.
And we've also got our sports editor, Hayden, who catches up with former Highlanders lock John Blakey,
right,
who is the driving force behind other former Highlanders getting behind the club and taking a stake. And lastly, we've got also a reader who sent in an incredible photo this evening of a rainbow. So you'll be
stunning.
able to see that.
Oh, we look forward to seeing that and reading all the stories in tomorrow's ODT. Paul, thank you.
Thank you.
Time now for a look at the weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Looking at the situation, a very cold weekend lies ahead with snow showers to low levels and strong southwesterly winds. Heading to the top of the South Island, fine with moderate southwesterlies and highs of 13 degrees through here tomorrow for Nelson, Greymouth and Christchurch. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago, southwest winds will be quite fresh through here tomorrow. Ashburton's in for a 13-degree day with clear skies. Timaru not far behind on 12. Iwamaru will be cloudy at times with 11 degrees. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes. It's looking fine with southwesterlies tomorrow. Queenstown can expect a cool high of 5, 6 in Wanaka and up to 8 degrees in Alexandra. Heading further south, the southwest winds will be particularly fresh through here tomorrow with highs of 8 degrees in Gore, Balclutha and the Catlins with showers just on nightfall. And across to Invercargill, mostly fine tonight as it drops to 8 degrees. Tomorrow's looking fine with cloud across the day, showers in the afternoon and up to 9 degrees with southwesterlies. Now Friday will feel quite wintry with hail and sleet showers, just 6 degrees as the high and cold strong winds. And finally heading to Dunedin. Cold tonight as it drops to 5 with some low cloud or fog. Tomorrow's going to be another cloudy, cool day with cold southwest winds, showers and a high of 10. Friday does bring sunshine with scattered cloud, but those cool winds will still be about and the wintry showers will show up again late in the day after a high of just 8 degrees. And that's the news this Wednesday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. You can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand. We're also on Facebook. Just search for the South Today NZ to see our favourite stories from around the regions. We'll see you again tomorrow. Ka kite o pōpō.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.
Living Well Disability Resource Centre, a not-for-profit charitable organisation and your one-stop shop for information and resources to help you retain independence. We offer a wide range of assistive products from jar openers to mobility scooters and provide assessments for Total Mobility, the half-price taxi scheme. Come and see the friendly team. You'll find us on the corner of George and Bath Streets, ground floor of Burns House.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. MoleMap is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Good news! My mate John's shortest sale is now a bit longer. He's extended it till Sunday. There's 50% off clearance items, plus you can pay it off over 24 months interest-free. T's and C's apply. Slightly longer, shortest sale final weekend. John's Furniture Warehouse, Stafford Street, and online at mymatejohn.co.nz.
Where did you get that furniture from? Stafford Street and My Mate John.